22nd July. What all happened in the NEET case in Honorable Supreme Court today? Just very quick highlights. Now see, what they're discussing is only one thing. Paper has leaked, everybody admits, acknowledges. Now, what they are looking for, Honorable Court is looking for is whether this paper leak is widespread or not. And today the petitioner's lawyers, their primary responsibility was to prove that paper leak has happened and it has widespread, it has reached everywhere. What are the reasons that they gave? Number one, he cited about systemic failure of NTA in conducting this examination with a lot of loopholes, and that's why this exam should be conducted once again. He cites first reason, paper leak happening at Hazaribagh, the news going to Patna, and at Patna 161 statements recorded by the Bihar police. He cites a reason there are many people in that, among one or two students and many people who have been paper fixing guy, the gang. Students have admitted that on 4th May they were called, given the question paper answer to by heart the question paper. Whereas the Solicitor General was always arguing that the paper has leaked on only 5th May, once it has come out of the bank vaults. So less time was given and that's why the paper has not reached everywhere. Here, whereas the petitioner lawyer says no, it has leaked on 4th May or before that. So that there is an ample amount of time for the paper to reach everywhere. That's point number one. Number two, he also talks about there is a time gap between the OMR sheet being collected from the students at 5:20, OMR answer sheet collected from the students, and the sealing of those answers. There is no guideline of NTA which says that by this time this paper should be sealed. So from at 5:20 when the OMR sheet is collected till 8:30 when it goes to central vault, wherever they deposit this all OMR answer sheets, these 3 hours is enough time which can be manipulated by the people in between. He also cites that there are many private parties involved in this NEET examination. Private schools, the teachers working in those private schools, they can form a nexus with the coaching centers and can they do this manipulative work on the OMR sheet, which some things which have been moving around in the email, social networking site that the paper have been fixed, and at these exam centers, the people have filled the OMR sheets because the instruction was leave the OMR sheet for the answers that you don't know and we'll fill it up. This was one of the case I think in Godhra which was discussed in the last hearing. Second, they talk about SOP not being followed. See, there are two question paper, one deposited at SBI vault, another at Canara Bank. Now, SBI question paper has to be collected and given to all the students for the examination. Canara Bank is only for the plan B when things don't work out. Now, at some centers, almost 8 centers, the Canara Bank question paper has been given to the students. And at some centers, when they realize they have given wrong question paper, they have taken it back, given the SBI question paper, and then given some extra time, and some people have got the grace marks. So this goof up has happened, and the petitioner lawyer has a question that NTA does not have a SOP, or people are running as per the Wilson Fancy's exams, and that's why this is not okay and the Re-NEET must be conducted. Though he did not say Re-NEET must be conducted again and again, but that's what the point he was driving at. Third, address verification is not happening. People are opting for any address. Why did they opt for it? Why somebody from Odisha is going to Godhra and a guy from Gujarat is going to Karnataka? The answer is they have some fixing there and they want to write the exam from that centers. So he cited some example of a girl from Gujarat who wrote to exam in Belgavi, Karnataka, got 700 marks in NEET exam and failed in Gujarat 12th board exam. He said, how is it possible? A girl who scored 700 plus in the NEET exam, how can she score so low in the examination? So citing some of these examples, he has cited that there is a goof up there. One more thing that they cite, raised as a challenge is Rajasthan Seekers example. This was asked by the Honorable CJI. Can you give me some data to prove that it is widespread? He gave an example of Rajasthan Seeker, citing that national average of the students scoring more than 550 marks is only 0.6%. It means if there are 1,000 people writing the exam at a center, only 60 students on rough scale is getting more than 550. In Seeker, that exam center, 1,000 people have written the exam and 224 people. I'll just confirm the data. So in Rajasthan Seeker, 1,000 people have written the exam and 224 students have got more than 550 marks. This shows abnormal data because that cannot happen. One more reason cited by them was CBI is still running the investigation and they are taking people in custody. So far it is going on. Let's assume people have been from AIIMS Patna Some students have been taken into custody. One student from RIT, Ranchi, has been taken. Now, these all cases are being investigated, and till the investigation report has come or concluded, we cannot say that it was a localized leak. And based on this, they said Re-NEET must happen. If they also had a plea to the Honorable Court, Honorable Judges, that if Re-NEET is not possible for all 24 lakhs people, see, there are 13 lakh people who have qualified the exam by scoring 164 and above that. So for them, what you should do is consider this exam as a qualifying screening exam. And for all these 13 lakh people, please conduct one more exam and then do the justice to all the students. Now, based on all this discussion, at the end, the Honorable CJI requested that Director of IIT Delhi proceedings, which was very important, took 1.5 hours time, was question number 19. See, you must be aware, question number 19, one question in the NEET paper this time had two options which were correct, option 2, option 4. Now, what NT has done, they said, okay, so 2019 NCERT book mentions option 2 is correct, 2023 book says option 4 is correct. Okay, let's give marks for both of them. If you tick that answer, you got the marks for them. There is one student who has written the exam, one of the petitions, that she has got 711 and she skipped the question because she considered the question to be ambiguous. If the question is ambiguous, okay, so she says if the question is ambiguous, please delete it from marking, don't consider it. Or second, you consider the right answer, then you consider one answer right, which is as per the latest book. That is option number 4. In that case also, massive change in the rank will happen, because all the people who opted for option 2, they will lose 5 marks, 4 marks for the right answer, minus 1 mark for the wrong option entry. So all their rank will change massively for many people. Okay, and her client who is scoring 711, her rank will jump massively to come into top 100. Now, so this was also discussed, and based on all this discussion, today the Honorable CJI requested the Director of IIT Delhi to form an expert committee and give an answer to the question number 19. So this all has happened today in the NEET case on 22nd July. Tomorrow the hearing will continue and let's see what happens, what is there. Whatever happens, I think somebody said whatever happens, happens for good. I hope you trust in that. If not, let me give you some extra gyan. You are preparing for NEET as a student or parents, for both the gyan is there. You are preparing for NEET, that was a challenge. You wrote NEET exam, that was a challenge. You got ranks and marks, that was a challenge. Now counseling will be a challenge. Thereafter admission, you will complete MBBS, start your clinic, that will be a challenge. You will work in medical field for 20 years, you will become great surgeon. Still you will have challenging cases. Challenges never cease to exist. This is just one among them. So build a winner's mindset. Whatever may be the situation, let's do what best we can do in this situation. And let's maintain this spirit throughout life. To become successful in NEET, in our practices, in our work life, and throughout life. So stay tuned for the latest hearing, what happens tomorrow.